Welcome, everyone, to the news. The last news of 2024. That's right. This is it. This is the last episode of 2024. But before we dive deep into this special edition of the news, and it will be special, weather. Oh, cut that one off early. Okay, no big deal. Hey, wouldn't be
special edition.
That's right. It's special. It's custom. What is the weather like today?
Right now,
Weatherman
it's 62.
Fernando? It is 62.
It's gonna be 70. The high is gonna be 70.
Really?
So,
is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Might take the jacket off today.
Yeah, we might.
But for us, that's a wee bit frigid, as you can tell from us wearing our custom-made ARC audios. That's right. This is what happens when they're like, "Man, we want ARC on your chest." And Brad goes, "They should be wearing ARC hoodies." And there you go.
They're so nice.
They are. They're so comfy. They are comfy. They're nice. Checking in. Springfield 21 with a high of 35. No. Yeah, there we go. Good morning. Titan guy checking in.
Good
Hope
morning.
you're having a great Friday. Thanks, Mike. We hope you have a wonderful day enjoying your stereo. Pizza Dave checking in. 19 right now with a high of 32. Jesus, it seems like y'all in the same area. Good evening. 35 and sunny. It just sounds wrong. 57 today, South Carolina.
35.
Good morning. 29 degrees, Georgia. 58 with a high. That's a hell of a swing. 49 in San Diego, going up to 64. Gonna be a good day. I could see that. I mean, that looks nice. Looking forward to the news reviews show today. Well, hey, it's one of those things. Let's hope we have a good enough show. Happy Friday. Yay. Alligator Alley. Tornado Alley feels like 34 degrees with the wind chill. No. Modesto, Brad checking in at 50 with a high of 57 with a chance of rain. That's crazy. It's amazing how hot it was there this summer.
Yeah.
And it's 50 now. It's funny. East Tennessee, 32 with a high 52. What's up, Fang? Cargift checking in.
What's up?
He sent me a picture from his patio. He's living out in the country. And I'm like, oh, it looked beautiful. Today is going to be 55 and beautiful views, so who cares? 31, North Carolina with a high 53. All right, good morning. Swizzle Sticks checking in Arizona, 41 with a high of 73. Now that's a swing.
Yeah.
That would piss me off. I mean, this is a swing though. Northern Indiana checking in at 3 degrees with a high of 29. I think that's the most. That's 26 degrees swing. That's pretty crazy. Oh wait, no, this is still close. 23. So
wow.
I was talking to my dad last night. It was my dad's birthday. I went over to eat dinner with him, and he was talking about. He's like, "Oh my gosh, that's almost Michigan cold," because we were talking like up in North Florida, it was in the 30s or something. And I go, "That's not Michigan cold. That's not even close to Michigan cold. Like that's Michigan cold, and that's not even cold for Michigan. That's just like Michigan getting started." Amy Gilroy, that's right.
22.
Oh God. Oh hey, ooh, look what she did. It's unbelievable. The creator of CE Outlook, and also the reason why we have a show, because she does cool news and we steal it. 22 degrees in Vermont. She should go to Pizza Dave's. Good morning. 41 and cloudy. Cloudly? No, just 41 and cloudy. I don't know, cloudy. 57. Dang. Those are some nice hoodies. They are nice hoodies, and they feel nice and warm.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
morning to you. I have 3 hoodies on today. And that's kind of like the Florida man approach, because we don't have real jackets. We just have a bunch of hoodies. Like, seriously. Women have jackets. There's no question about that. As I've gotten older and have started to really not like hoodies, I've been going to Old Navy, and like all the jackets we have now. We bought the heavy jackets we got from Sears, I think.
Okay.
Or Pennies. No, we got it from Pennies. The gray ones that we had embroidered.
Yeah.
No, those we bought, we never got embroidered because we just wanted matching jackets. And then we got Yamil's wife to make us the other jackets. And then then we got Old Navy jackets. And then I bought a bunch of those. So anyways, not important. All right, let's bang through this real quick. Good morning, 22. -7 at Automob, Montreal.
Ooh.
God, I can't wait for CMA. I love going up
-7, dude. That's just like
there. Yeah, well, it's funny when you look at their camera rolls, like when they're showing me pictures and you see all the pictures of like snow and stuff, and you're going, that's a camera roll I cannot vision because
wow.
it's weird.
Yeah.
And for those of you, we steal all our stories from Sea Outlook. If you'd like to know more, of course, head over to Sea Outlook. There's always links in the description where you can find out and go deeper into the stories. We do have a story today, and then today we also have what we thought were some of the cool stories. What's up, Kelly? Checking in. 8 Celsius. Oh my God, that is so cold. Because remember, 32 is 0 on the Celsius scale. That's the only Celsius temperature I know, by the way. Because it's funny, or is it 0? No, 0 is R32. Because they base Celsius off of when water freezes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird. And that's all I know. That's it. And that's not even probably right. Dean, do you sell tweeter adapters? No, we don't. I know. Sad. I know. Still wearing shorts and t-shirts. Yes. I mean, he always wears pants, but I have shorts and t-shirts. All right, so we got a couple stories for you, and I'm really excited because then we got some other cool stuff to talk about, but they're all stories. But let me jump over here, and we will pull this up if I can remember what button to hit. Boom, there we go. Oh my gosh! So this one was kind of weird story, just how it unfolded, so to speak, for us. We got contacted by some other industry people to ask us if we knew anything about this. And of course, we didn't. And so, we called around and passed the story along because honestly, I didn't want to put effort into it. But it was shocking. And of course, Amy got to the bottom of it, which is nice. Sony exit European car audio aftermarket. Now, this is one of those why moments. But then there's also like some backstory to it that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
And it's not the fact that Sony wasn't selling product, because there's some comments on there, or the one comment on there was they talk about a guy in Europe that's like, I'm kind of, all our customers are pissed because they have stuff on order and they're not going to be able to get it. And so it wasn't there. There's a lot of things that happened here. This was one of those moments where it was like, the truth I don't think will ever come out, but it sounds to me like it was a combination of restrictions being imposed by Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And Sony going, yeah, we're not
changing.
We're not putting that much into this, and we're not getting that much out of it. So, yeah, I mean, to me, it almost feels like they're the first of many that are just going to pull out because it's not worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore, as I like to say. We'll see how it unfolds. They have really stiff regulations over there. This would be one of those things where Car Gift would know more, and yes, you're correct. It happens, but I feel like they were just like I said. I feel like they're the first of many to pull out. I don't think once somebody did some backgrounding on it, I think what we're finding out is it isn't as alarming as we were first thinking. Where it was like, oh my God, Sony's gonna fail. They're not. I think this was just a business decision where it wasn't worth it anymore. In contrast, both the North American market, that's all of North America for you Americans. That means from Mexico to Canada, the continent, not us, is doing quite well with Sony.
I'm from North America.
Yes.
Holy moly. Look at my blue eyes now.
I love it. Anyways, good morning, Wayne.
What up, Wayne?
What's up? His picture always throws me off because I'm like, that's not Wayne.
That's totally Wayne.
Is it though? I don't think so.
Like 2 years ago.
No, like 10 years ago. I was gonna say I've known Wayne for a long time, and I got to see the picture closer up, maybe. Anyways, so even though I was excited about this story because we're all into the doom and gloom of life and like, oh yeah, man, suffer, which is weird because we're all like that. We all live for people's miseries, right?
Yes.
And then we go, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. It's just how we are. That isn't the case with this. It was smart business move to get out of there. They just didn't want to put the money into, is what it sounds like. We'll wait and see. This will be an interesting to pay attention to as 2025 unfolds. Like 20 years ago. Yeah. See, okay, that makes sense. I was close. Yeah, 2010, 2 at a 0. Whatever, Sebastian.
I mean, I was close to
the 2 spot. So
the 0 doesn't count.
The 0 never counts. So the 0, you don't bust the 0, get with this hero. So anyways, I think this is just a precursor to what might be a bigger thing happening in Europe and in the European market. So it'll be interesting just to see how this plays out through 2025.
Okay.
See what brands also follow suit. And just see what happens. I'm happy that this wasn't Sony going, man, we're going broke.
When you say following the suit, it's like what?
Following suit means going along saying, like Sony is the first to jump off.
Yeah.
They're like, we're out of here. And they jump and everyone else is like, should we jump? I don't know. Well, Sony jumped.
Yeah.
Well, Sony jumped. I'm jumping.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm not, they're way smarter than we are.
Yeah. The boat is sinking.
They jumped off the cliff. I'm going to follow them.
Yeah.
That means
kids and ladies and kids first. Let's go.
There you go. I only mess with Tesla style radios anyways. Android for the win. Europe is flooded with Chinese radios. It's harder and harder to sell radios. Don't feel bad. America is flooded with Chinese radios too. There was, what, did you decide 4 Chinese radio manufacturers at SEMA this year?
Dude, 2 weeks ago, we had probably like 6, 7 people, like every day.
Yeah.
Coming up and just like, hey man, I have this radio. Can you guys install it? Hey, I have a problem with this radio.
Yeah.
Can you guys fix it?
I think that was more the thing.
Yeah.
I put this in and now my air conditioning doesn't work.
Right. So it's just crazy.
I bought it off Amazon. I can't get a hold of tech support. Oh, you don't go breaking my heart. I wouldn't if I tried. Oh, honey. Anyways, let that one be in your brain for the rest of the day. All right, so I set an assignment for us to pick stories for 2024 that we thought were compelling. I talked to Brian and Brad last night.
Oh wow!
Because I needed some help. I was going to cheat. I was going to cheat. Wow. I was going to cheat. And Brian, of course, said there's nothing that compelled him in 2024 that he 2020. And there again, I understand that because you and I both know what's coming out in 2025. Like we have a fairly good idea of some of the projects that are coming out in 2025, which negates everything that we know about 2024 because we're just looking forward to those things. Yeah. So it's hard. It is very hard.
Yeah.
Brad though threw one out right away and he goes, the release of AR2 and A to B from iData. Those were a big deal. And I was like, I didn't even think about those because we've known about them for so long. And that's the other problem is that, I don't know, that was a big deal. Finally getting AR2, which is iData's preamp plug and play piece, and A to B for the Ford platform.
Yes.
So those finally launched this year, which is great. Most people don't even know that. So that kind of sucks. But those were Brad's picks. And I was like, I'm going to steal those. But then last night I was like, I can't do that, man. That wouldn't be nice. So I came up with 3 of my own. And okay, one of them was Brian's. I will say that, but I had to validate it to make sure it was true.
Okay.
The first one, and if you have any of these, it's okay. You can just say
no, I don't.
Okay. The first one was Garmin buying JL Audio. I thought that was a huge, like, holy crap story of the year because no one knew that. I mean, nobody saw that coming. They kept that very quiet. Everything is always for sale.
Yeah.
But like no one, that was like the cornerstone of car audio was that, and to be bought by them, that threw everyone for a loop. And the changes that they've made so fast, to just change the whole way that company is functioning is pretty crazy.
I mean, do you think it's good? It's bad?
I'm on the fence.
Okay.
Because half the guys you talk to say it was terrible, and they're just getting by. And the other half of the guys you talk to are like, it's the best thing ever. I don't know. There again, and Ron says, I think audio control needs selling. So that was one we knew about. And so like when it finally happened, it really wasn't a big deal. It was And that was also one we were like,
The thing is, like, we already knew they were looking for
we knew Alex was pumping
looking
it up
for it to sell it, so it was not like, oh my gosh, you know. So
Kicker is 100% The Last of the Mohicans. Great movie, by the way. That's a great movie.
Yeah. So
makes you wonder why people are searching or buying the Chinese radios over the majors. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You know why they're buying them? Because one, they think they're easy, and two, they're cheap. And people are cheap.
You know what they buying it? Because I am a visual people, right? I'm a visual person. So if you show me something on a paper or on see, I'm like, oh, dude, that looks cool. But if you just telling me the story, I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't know which. I don't know.
Well, I think
I feel like these people with the internet, with so many stuff, like you can have CarPlay, Android Auto, Garmin, you can have all that stuff, right? And people fall for it. They're like, oh, dude, I have that, and if it's like a factory fit for me, fine.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I think that's it. Like I said, they think it's easy, and they cheat, and then the price is where it needs to be.
It's way cheaper, yes.
Yeah.
So. And it's wrong.
Yeah, it is.
Everything is wrong.
Well, so, like I said, if I see a water heater for $600 and I need a water heater, and everyone else is selling it for $2,500, I'm gonna buy the $600 one, right? You know, because you're stupid.
Have you ever seen some videos about like people ordering some stuff from Temu? Yes. And they're like, dude, I just ordered.
Yeah, my new Temu refrigerator. Yeah.
Yes. Or like somebody put a picture of like a whole living room. And it's like, dude,
this is a little tiny
thing. Tiny. Yeah. He's like, here we go.
Okay, so next story is Trulli debuts unique car audio driver, wireless, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So this is one of those situations where, and Brian, there again, this was the one he was talking about. And we both agreed. And I think you will too. This is one of the most impressive looking speakers to come out in a very long time.
Yeah.
This has been in the works for a very long time there, many, many years before this has actually come out.
Mm-hmm.
There again, I still haven't heard one in a car to know whatever, if it's worth the $1,500 that they're charging for it. But as far as one of the coolest woofers ever, if you've not seen a Trulli subwoofer, like go to their site, check them out.
Mm-hmm.
They're impressive as hell looking. They are thin. They have the back side of them is awesome. They have like a 5-inch voice coil.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is a sexy ass looking speaker.
Right.
And that's really why it made it on the list, because it's just one of those things. And the amount of money they're spending right now to promote themselves.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out, man, I hope they got a plan B. That's all I got to say. Because, of course, what they're selling the drivers for, they really only sell like 20 of them to cover costs. So, anyways, that was my next one. And then I almost forgot about this one, but going through the list, this was the one amp this year that I was super excited about. Audison Intros, the new sub amp.
Okay.
This is the 1.7. And to me, I feel this is the amplifier that manufacturers need to look at and decide whether or not they want to get on the bandwagon with this one, because to me, this amplifier seems like the future. Okay. Because everyone wants to add subs first, right? This is the only way I see straight power amplifiers being relevant going forward. Because so what this is this is a sub amp. It's a 1,000-watt sub amp with a 7-channel DSP. So the one DSP, the one channel is built into it for the subwoofer, and then it has 6 RC outputs to go off to a highs amp. So in essence, you pay up front to get your DSP installed so you can DEQ and add equalization in your subwoofer, fix all the problems with a subwoofer input. Yeah. But then as time moves on, if you decide to, which most people, you want to do a front stage upgrade or whatever, you can buy a straight power amplifier, because this amplifier that is fixing the signal also has a DSP in it for 6 other channels. So you can buy this amplifier, install it today, power your subwoofers, and then when you decide to update the front, you can hook it up for the front channels, as opposed to just buying a straight power amplifier for your sub and then going, man, my sub sounds like crap because they're hooked up to my factory radio, and go, well, maybe, when you get your new DSP amplifier for your highs, so you're getting the amp you need and the fit functionality you need, and then you can add the highs later, which is what a lot of people like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this was a great move. I told them as much. I told Massimo I thought this was awesome. I don't know if it'll be adopted. Like we know the sales of DSP amplifiers are hard. It's a 1,000-watt amp. It's a small footprint. It's all the modern technology that you'd want in any amplifier that's coming out today. So, I mean, you compare this to, there's always the one guy who goes, oh, I can go buy an online store, insert name, for a quarter of the price, and then buy their DSP, and it's like, no, you can't. You can't. The problem you can't, because this has the Forza DSP built into it, which has all the cool features that you're looking for. So it has de-equalization built into it. It has re-equalization built into it. It has a Cordo built into it. So, like, no, you can't. You can't. Yeah. So, but good try. Good try. So, anyways. That, to me, I thought this was a really cool project, and I hope moving forward we see more of this in some form or fashion in other amplifiers. I think sub-amplifiers are going to have to come with some kind of a DSP built into them in the future, just because I feel, if not...
I think like every amplifier comes with a DSP.
Well, yeah, every amplifier should have some form of DSP, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
And there again, does it seem like a hard sale? I mean, I feel like I just did a pretty good job making people want to buy it, because it just depends on your needs. Keep in mind, there's a shoe for every foot. It's just a matter of making sure it fits. That's it, And, and it's as always, Audio Dynamics just released theirs like this. There again. See, we know there are going to be others, and there has to be. Yeah, would you? I strongly believe that Atmos, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see, Chris. And you could even amplify the stock speakers, add a sub, and you're golden. Well, I mean, there are other amplifiers to do that, but we'll see how it goes. I still like separate DSPs. It's cool though. And there again, the separate DSP market is doing terrible. The add-on DSP is not as popular as the all-in-one DSP. Sales totally show that it's not. The DSP amp for the average consumer is the product of choice. Now, the enthusiast still likes the standalone DSP, but it's there again. It's from a retailer's point of view to a consumer's point of view, trying to get all these things into a budget that makes sense for them. The all-in-one amplifier DSP is a much better proposition than standalone. That's why Audison hasn't updated any of their standalone DSP. We still have Virtuoso, which is old, and there's no plans to update. Forza is a better move, and they're selling way more of those. So
sure,
it's all good. It's all good. All right, so Fernando, you have yours ready?
Yeah.
How do you want to do this? Do you want me to pull up your laptop? Do you want me to do this? That's a spin to win.
Okay, there you go.
So you ready? Let me pull up yours. All right, we're going to 3. Here we go. All right, so there we go. Tell me your story.
That's Steve Meade. That's Steve Meade.
That is Steve Meade.
He has a YouTube channel.
A little one.
Have you ever seen him?
No, I don't.
He's been doing, I'm not saying like a car audio, like industry car audio, but for me, I started watching his videos, before I started working on car audio.
Yeah.
So I always like how he does all this stuff and everything. For me,
so is that how you learned how to speak English?
No.
Okay.
I just watched Dora
the Explorer. Good call. Yeah. Okay.
And me watching him, it was so cool. And now see him with his own line of amplifiers. That is not a technology. This is not something that like, oh my God, this is a revolutionary, because this is really straightforward amplifiers.
Yeah.
But for me, this is so cool that people, hey, it's a dream that you can make,
Yeah.
So it was so cool to see this. That's all.
No, I agree. I'm 100% with you on that one. You have a relationship with Steve, which is nice. And I know Steve. He's a great guy for
Yeah.
us. For us, you know.
I
can only base on my relationship with him.
I don't know how his business side, but personal side, he's.
And I was so excited for this for him.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything about it, which was cool. And you know, seeing him at SEMA and letting him know how cool this was, that was exciting. I think they're neat. I still want one.
Yeah.
Because I think it would look really cool, like right over there, blinking and doing color changes and
for
stuff.
sure.
Because they're so neat. But no, yeah, this was cool. This was definitely a jump the shark moment where you got a car stereo YouTuber that has his own product. There's been other people out there, like Chip Who's had an Arc Audio line. And,
like I
West
say,
Coast Customs has had.
They have it.
And there again, that's nothing like this.
And to be honest, like everybody can have an amplifier. Just put the money into it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But it's not the story. The story is like,
I mean,
how he started.
Yeah. In this amplifier, it definitely represents him.
Yeah.
I mean, they did, the DS18 guys and him did a fantastic job of capturing him in an amplifier, which is really the story, is how good of a...
Who was the person to grab him, grab all the attention that he has and just put him in there and actually product and...
No, Gately does have amplifiers.
Gately amplifier has amplifiers.
But there again, nothing, not to take anything away from anything, but these amplifiers are so Steve, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
You know, most people, they get an amplifier, they put their name on a heat sink and they call it a day. You know, and that's fine. That's fine. That's literally how we were gonna do. You know, we were thinking about it.
Yeah.
No one has done something like this that has just put such a
cool design
on like the character that the amplifiers are modeled after.
Yeah.
So good job. Okay, good poll. Good poll. What else you got?
Rockford Fosgate. I know we don't have pictures of it, but I always been a Rockford fan.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
One of my first amplifiers were Rockford.
Okay.
The ones that we have in there.
Yeah.
So beautiful, and I'm excited for what's coming up. We talk about it on the show. We say what they bring in.
So your story is the story of the revitalization of the Rockford Fosgate.
Because in the end of the day, people were right. Rockford kind of like, you know.
Well, they were on autopilot.
Pull the wheel to the left, and it's like, okay, let's just focus on this and this type of stuff, you know, like motorcycles and things like that. So, and it's great. But as a car audio people, it's like, what happened with the car audio, right? Like the Rockford that we knew a long time ago. So them coming out with new strategies and new product and everything, I think is going to be nice, you know.
And then again, to clarify, the announcement of that to the public.
Yes.
You know. Well, okay, to the private sector that was allowed to tell the public.
I mean, you got to, I got a chance to see it.
I got to touch it, feel it, hold it,
and everything.
Couldn't take any pictures.
Right.
But
and now you know what's coming.
Yeah, and I was and we could talk about it, which is fantastic.
So that's what I'm excited about.
You know, and I am too. I would agree. That's a good one.
That's that.
Yeah.
And the last one for me, that will be this one. I know. I'm just really bad. Really bad at it. Right there.
Are you excited about the car?
No.
Because okay.
So full resurrection of the brand announcement, right?
Do we have a date? So this was July.
This one was July, correct.
So it's December. So they've had 4 months, and in 4 months, what we've gotten is the king of swag.
Yeah.
So we got a czar, swag czar. So there we go. We've had a weird trade-in policy.
Yeah.
No, we may or may not have the purple amplifier available. I think I've seen some pictures of it in the wild, but
I went into Instagram, right? Yeah, because you can go in Instagram, you can see all this, and I'm pretty sure that they using AI to do commercials.
Oh, 100%.
Because the person that appears in the Instagram, I know you guys gonna go, and they have so many followers. It's crazy. They don't have product like visual product on the install way or something like that. But it's funny how they promoting themselves a lot. But I haven't seen one amplifier
I haven't seen
in a car.
Yeah.
And people were excited about this.
Of course,
right?
Are,
like, oh my God, the Orion.
Yeah, all the old guys
up.
are like, yeah, man, we're gonna get our 2025 HCCAs back. Oh hell yeah! Woo!
So, you know,
I'm gonna compete again.
50 watts all
in the 50
way.
watt class.
Yes. It is like okay.
I like this. Is I'm really nervous about new Rockford amps. So I hope I like them. Okay, listen, if you don't like them, it's you because they're small, they're powerful, they're beautiful on the inside, and they have DSP. Okay, so I mean,
and that's what gets right there. It has a DSP.
Well,
right?
so going back to Rockford, the funny thing is, like we know a lot of the guys there.
Yeah,
not like we're not hanging out with them on the weekends, but we've had enough interaction with enough of the people there that we kind of understand some of their personalities. We've interviewed them, we talked to them, we've hung out, we've been in a bar scene, and there's always like, what are you working on? This is the first time I've been in a room with them where you could see the excitement of, it's like when a kid does homework and they're just like, I got homework, but then they get to do something like, oh, I get to build Legos, and they're just like, and to me, that was the excitement in the room. It's like the gloves were taking off, and someone said, if so if you walked in the room and you just said, hey, John, what would you build if you could build anything you wanted today? And John's like, I mean, if I could build anything I wanted? Yeah, if you could build anything you want, like, take the week off and show me what you'd build. And they're like, seriously? Yeah, no, go ahead. And they were like, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
Because every product is like, wait a minute. And it's like, is it gonna? Yeah, it's gonna have that. No, it's gonna have that too. Oh, it does this also.
Yeah.
Why would it do that? I don't know. Why wouldn't it do that? No one else is doing it. We've seen it before, and we thought it was cool, so we're gonna do it. And we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things where I wouldn't be nervous. I'm more excited because I'm a hopes and dreams kind of guy.
Yeah,
you get me on the dreams, and then I have to hope.
Yeah.
So even if half of the stuff that they're talking about, which it's going to be more than half, because I've been reassured by.
I'm the same way. Yeah. Hopes and dreams, but if you messed up, you're dead to me, man. That's it. Like that, you're done. Like that's it.
So the only thing I see out of all of the stuff that we saw at Rockford. By the way, great picks.
Yeah. No, it's more, but we cannot talk about.
There's always more,
right?
There's always more. 2025 is going to be a fantastic year. By February, most of the stuff we know about we'll be able to talk about, and then we'll have new stuff that we can't talk about. So, as far as new products coming out in 2025, obviously in the end of 2025, that's what I was going to say. My fear is they're not going to hit their deadline that they've put out there, because and there again, we know deadlines can shift because who knows what's going to happen. We've started out the year great, and then in a month the world was closed.
Hey,
we've all lived through that.
At least I have one amplifier.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But there's a ton of stuff coming out in 2025. 2025 is going to be a big year because, and why we know this. For one, we know this because we've seen some of the equipment that's coming out. Two, the reason why you should know this is that as if you listen to the Car Stereo podcast, the Car Audio Talk that I do with Brian Mitchell, we just did one where we talked about products and product development and all this stuff. And there's a 2-year life cycle from when someone comes with an idea to where it's actually going to be in a hand where I can give it to you. That's the average is 2 years. Sometimes you get it faster. Sometimes it might take longer, but 2 years is about the average. And dealing with all the manufacturers that we have, we know that that's it. That was one of the most beat into our head things by every manufacturer is like, it takes 2 years. Okay. So don't ask. And it's fine. We've learned to work within those things. But if you look at where COVID ended and where 2025 starts, it's the time frame of where creativity was able to come back, because through COVID, everything just got put on hold. So now these companies can come out and develop all those ideas that they've had.
They're back in office. So let's
we're,
go.
We're back in the creative. People are going to things and doing things. And so, we're going to start to see those in 2025. 2025 is going to be a big product launch year for a lot of manufacturers. And it's going to be cool. I like it because we haven't just knowing how many products are going to come out next year from so many different manufacturers. It's going to be fantastic. Now, keep in mind, it's going to be a snowball thing, meaning we're going to get stuff at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year, 2026. And so there's like the layouts for new products in car audio it's just going to get a little tiny snowball in January, and then just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger all the way into 2026. So if you want to think of this as like the Marvel universe and phase whatever and how they put all that together, and it's like all the good movies are coming out in the back, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen over the next, let's say, 18 months.
I feel it's like a timeline, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It goes back and forth. Like, okay, where we are right now. So
yeah. So there's a lot of change with chipsets, and they are way more powerful.
Yeah.
Sounds like post-COVID explosion. It's gonna be.
Corey. Yeah, probably. We are not familiar with the batteries, but I would say.
Oh yeah, no, well,
good. Yeah.
Yes. So like the new sodium batteries, because they're not the only ones that came out with them. This is the battery that Catalano was talking about at Diamond Vega. You're right. And like I have to get a battery expert on to talk about batteries, because I don't know diddly squat about batteries. But yes, the new sodium battery to me seems like it's going to be fantastic too, because it supposedly doesn't explode like the lithium stuff. So that'll be fantastic. Fireworks are fun. I get it. Fireworks are fun, especially when there's a car on top. Right? Because then it's like, get the marshmallows and a gas mask.
Forget the kid. Just get the marshmallows.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. The news next year is going to be great. But for now, this is the end of the show. This is the end of the year for us as far as news goes. There's really nothing new coming out till next year anyways. So we are, we're calling it a day. We'll still be here. We'll still be active. Saturday, tomorrow is a show, special show tomorrow. We have Mary Lou going to come on for our last Saturday show of the year. So make sure you join us. Mary Lou will be on there. I know how you guys love her. That's why I wanted to have her on for the show. We're still doing a Monday show as of right now. We'll see how we feel. But that's the plan, is do one last Monday show. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on it. But before I forget, that stack of goodies right back there, the hat, the lanyard, the keychain, the polarity tester, the IRTA2, as well as whatever stickers. And yeah, that could be yours right now. We have a limited supply, and it's getting smaller by the day. If you want to get one of these gift packs for Christmas or New Year's or whatever, we're going to be running it until probably the first week of the year, unless when supplies run out. That's really what it is. I think
that's what it was.
Well, yeah. But use coupon code STAR, STAR, at checkout, and it'll all be yours. So
I just want to say thank you guys for watching. This has been, wow, crazy.
Oh, by the way, you know what yesterday was? I just found out what yesterday was.
Your dad's birthday.
It was my dad's birthday, but it was also the 11th anniversary of our YouTube channel.
11.
Yeah. So
11 years?
11 years.
Dude, you're old.
Dude, you're crazy. Old.
Dude, I have a picture. And probably on Saturday, I will show that picture.
Okay.
So when we start.
Oh, you had hair?
Wow.
Sorry, you had a lower hairline.
Dude, I have big hair anyway.
Yeah,
so I just want to thank you guys.
Years.
Thank you for watching. Years. This has been a really, really long run. Just look at him, and it's
You're brutal, man.
I know.
But anyways, this is 11 years.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Staking up.
Listen, we'll still be on Instagram. So if you're Jones for Dean Fernando, definitely tune in to Instagram. We'll be going live there. We won't do any other shows on YouTube. There'll be a couple videos uploaded next week that I just have. Okay. If you haven't watched the SEMA travel video, by all means, guys, you got to watch that video. It is fantastically hilarious. It's just all our stupid crap that we did while we were at SEMA. And my birthday is in June, not November. That's the thing these guys love to do when they have everyone hanging out, is they love to just say it's somebody's birthday. And I was the only one that was sober. Well, did you have a drink? I don't know. Anyways, I was my day to get the birthday thing. So it was not my birthday, but the cake was fantastic. It was strawberry cake,
it was totally
which is my favorite. But no. So,
In
but thank
Vegas,
you.
It's
Thank
your
you.
birthday.
It's always your birthday in Vegas.
That's right.
But you guys have a fantastic holiday season. We will see you next year on this particular show. Thank you so much, as always. You guys are great.
Saturday. Don't forget tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, Saturday.
5.
Make sure to tune in, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for your special guest, Mary Lou, in the last Saturday show of the last damn show of the year. That's it. That's all I got. You guys go forth to be merry. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you around.
Bye,
Be
guys.
safe. Happy holidays. I just want to end it.
Just end it. It's Ray says, it says end stream.
Yeah, I know.